Right.
Hello all, welcome to my channel. The last couple of days, we have been talking about the team building, right? So when we talk about team building, one of the important things we need to understand as a manager is what are the different stages involved in team building. So Bruce Tuckman, he has proposed this model of 5 stages. So whenever you are forming a new team, or when a new member joins the existing team, they have to go through these phases. So the first one is forming. So what are the characteristics of forming? And when you form a team, the team members are new. So generally, they are polite and they are eager to know about the project. Of course, they are unclear about what is the goal because you are just forming the team, and they have a little bit of anxiety about how this project would be, how my manager would be, how my peers would be, whether they're cooperative or not, kind of thing. Now when it once you pass this forming stage, you go into the storming stage. So what are the characteristics of storming stage? There you have the conflict of views, because everybody wants to establish themselves, and everybody is unique, and so they come up with their own ideas of how to execute a project, or how to execute an idea, or how to implement a particular initiative, right? Because everybody has their own views, and they want their own view to be implemented. So there will be a lot of conflicts, and there will be sometimes high emotions, because obviously whatever one person says, the other person may say no, and then there is a conflict, and then the emotions also get into high state. And then there is a competition between the people. As I said, they want to establish themselves, they want to prove themselves, right? And so obviously they have a little bit of competition in between them, and then resistance to do anything, or resistance to take up any initiative, because the roles are not yet clear, right? So this is called the storming stage. And once you cross that storming stage, you get into the norming stage, where there will be more clarity on goals, more clarity on roles and responsibilities, and more clarity on the ground rules. Because as a new manager, you set up all these things, right? And then there will be a lot of awareness about other people. Like, for example, if a person X is working, the person X knows how person Y behaves, what is person Y's strengths and opportunities, and how person X can help Y, and how person Y can help person X, right? So they understand each other better, and then they also start collaborating with each other, cooperating with each other, and they become little more cohesive in that process, right? And once they complete the stage, then they get into a performing stage. So this is where we call it as a high performing stage, where there is a lot of trust built in between the team members, and they consistently deliver, and they consistently demonstrate the performance, and they understand the interdependence between each and everybody, because somebody may have a strength which the other people can utilize, and similarly somebody may have an opportunity to improve where other people can support that person. And then they prioritize team needs over their individual needs. That is where high performing team works. And once the of course the high performance or performance stays there until the project is completed. And once the project timelines are completed and the project goals are achieved, then what happens is slowly you ramp down the team. So at that point of time, it is called adjourning phase, where you recognize the team, and then the team members are sad because they're leaving the team, and also they are leaving their friends and going to new projects. I know the disbanding happens. So this is what what are the 5 stages involved in the team building. Now the bigger question is, as a manager, what is your role in these 5 stages, where your contribution is required more? So let us look at it. So again, the stages are form, storm, norm, perform. And if you look at it, as I said, the form phase where there is lack of clarity. So you need to provide that guidance. Okay. And when it comes to storming phase, you need to provide more monitoring, and you need to monitor your team very closely to address the issues, because there are a lot of conflicts there. And then when they go into the norming phase, probably that is where they have a more clarity about the roles, rules, and the project objectives, goals, everything. So it is more of running the project with the help of your team members. And when the team members get into the performing stage, most of the times you will have minimum intervention required, right? So most of the time they operate on their own. You just need to provide the supervision from the side stand. Means you don't need to really involve in the day-to-day activities. You just need to let them operate. So these circles, right, or ellipses, right, whatever it is, indicate your role. So the bigger the circle, your role is bigger, because initially definitely you have to play a significant role in the forming phase to provide the guidance, and your role is major in storming phase to avoid the conflicts, to address the issues of the team. And as you go into the norm, your your monitoring will be reduced, your supervision will be reduced, and when the team goes into the performance stage, it is almost minimum, right? So when they are in the storming phase, it is very important that you have to monitor them closely. And one of the tools suggested is MBWA, that is management by walking around. This term is coined by Tom Peters, who is a management guru. So what happens is, when you walk around your team members, when you walk around your workplace, right, you get to know what are the what teams are going through, what kind of conflicts they have, and you can catch those issues early and you can address them early, right? Otherwise, if you leave those conflicts or controversies for longer time, then that will become into a bigger bomb, which you may not be able to resolve, or you may take a lot of time to resolve. So instead of that, catch them early and then resolve it, right? So again, please note, MBWA is not meant for micromanagement. It is not that going to each and everybody and looking over their shoulders what they're doing. That is not the intention of MBWA. MBWA intention is to walk around people, understand their needs, understand them, understand their conflicts, address that, right? So this is how you manage different stages of your team building. And we will see some more concepts in the next video. So until then, please take care. Thank you for watching this video.